work? Yeah, it should do. Video to Star of Sagittarius. Making the video to him, to you, because you seem to be about the only person that's open-minded on this whole subject of what a human being is. So many other people have got their ideas and will die with the ideas that they've got. Now, one point I'd like to make to you is that you seem to be getting into philosophy, and I would not recommend it. And I'll tell you why, but obviously if that's what you're going to get into, that's what you're going to get into. But talking about philosophy, and one thing we can say philosophy is what a human being is. For the answer to the question of what is a human being, philosophy has got us absolutely and totally nowhere in thousands of years. So I would not recommend reading philosophers because they have got us nowhere. The best we can come up with is things like determinism, the thing I talked about, Newtonian billiard balls knocking around, or a religious idea of free will. There really isn't much else. And that's the best they've come up with in thousands of years. So I really wouldn't bother with them if I were you. But if you think it's going to amuse you, then go for it. The whole subject is obviously very difficult to get into. And if I introduce one third idea of what a human being is, we've got this billiard ball thing and we've got the religious thing. Pyro, he's just a classic type that will never change his mind, always comes up with the idea that we've got willpower, you know, another old word which is completely useless, except to just point and say, haha, that's useless. Because for the question of willpower is, and this is I'm using this as an introduction for Star, to get into the philosophy of what a human being is, and avoiding the Scylla and Charybdis of determinism and free will, by going with willpower, the Pyro idea. And if anybody can come up with any third or fourth idea, chip in, but I don't think it's just a complete paucity of choice of philosophy of what a human being is and how it operates. Anyway, so willpower obviously posits, it puts forward the idea that something exercises, that's what you normally do, but this is what I'm saying, these words are all philosophers' words, they're failures' words, and they're failures as words, but someone exercises willpower over something, and it's an internal something. I exercise willpower over myself. And obviously this does not make sense. So if you want an in to the philosophy of what a human being is and how it works, I'd suggest you kind of try and unpick the Pyro idea is of willpower. I use my willpower on myself, and see if you can make more sense of that than either free will on its own or determinism on its own, which are the two pretty shocking options that we've got in this modern age, and that's all we've got. It's absolute rubbish and nonsense, and it's taken thousands of years to get here, which I believe is absolutely nowhere. So I wouldn't go down the road of philosophy because it's a dead end. What has shown itself to be a dead end up to now, but how one would start with a whole new line of philosophy that might not be a dead end, still using the dead end failure wording and words of the failed philosophers, it's going to be a very difficult task. So The question is, what is a human being and how does it work? That is not exclusively what philosophy is, but if philosophy is anything, then that's a good question for it, and it has patently not answered it after thousands of years of thinking. So good luck with it.